Good morning and welcome to, it's day 2 of the Autism Show, and I've set up the stuff for recording. So I'm hoping we're going to get people answering the question, what does autism mean to you? Or not, because that is a tough question. What does autism mean to me? For me, it's my partner, it's my stepdaughter, it's my career, it's my joy, and it's my frustration. Yeah, it's. You mind just having a quick hello into that microphone?
Hello into that microphone.
That's fantastic. Okay, so the thing that I'm asking you, so this is going to get me as well. So, yeah. Sorry. First of all, what's your name?
Chris Bonnello.
Chris Bonnello, it's great to meet you. And tell me, what would you like to share about you first on this?
Yep, in a previous life I was a teacher twice. First time in a mainstream primary school, and up until 2 years ago in a school specifically for autistic students. But I'm now an autism advocate by profession. Sometimes I deliver teacher training and author visits to schools because I'm an author as well, conference speeches, and today I'm here giving a talk about educational transition and also selling my books.
That's fantastic. Where can people find you if they want to find you outside of this video?
Autistic Not Weird. That's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube.
So
pretty
much. Are we advocating that if you are weird, you could be autistic or not autistic?
Well, it's more. People often say, "Oh, well, what if you're autistic and weird?" And my jokeful comeback is, well, the website name, autistic, but weird in a positive way rather than the way that it was in the 90s with all the negative connotations.com isn't quite as catchy. So it's
So the question that I want to ask people today, which is quite a big question, so narrow it down as much as you like. It's on the board. It says, what does autism mean to you?
So human progress relies on diversity of thoughts. That's one of my speaker catchphrases, and it's more than just a catchphrase. I think it's a biological fact that the progress of our species relies on different brains thinking in different ways. The analogy I use most often is, imagine that you've got a group of people on a desert island trying to build a shelter, and they all have exactly the same brain. You've only got one set of ideas. Now imagine you have the same situation, but one person's neurotypical, one person's autistic, one person's dyslexic, one person's ADHD, and so on. You've got 10 different sets of ideas, 10 different ways of getting that shelter built, as long as people have the decency to listen to each other. So yeah, I go beyond the whole, autistic people exist, and it's a bit of a shame, but with the right support, they can be as good as the rest of it. No, I'm moving beyond that. Autism is not here by accident any more than dyslexia or ADHD or any other neurotype is here by accident. We basically contribute a lot to human progress, and we deserve to be defined by our strengths rather than by our weaknesses. For example, I find it quite interesting how if I struggle with something, some people might think that that's because of my autism, but if I succeed at something, that is often defined as despite my autism. Now, there's a bit of double standards in that, but I'd like to tell you that I'm not doing what I'm doing now despite my autism. I've got the kind of brain that can do this because I'm autistic, and that's what autism means to me.
That's fantastic, Chris. Thank you so much. Guys, so if you want to find Chris, Autistic Not Weird, I don't know whether my voice is coming out on this, but we'll definitely dub that over if not. Thank you very much indeed. Come and shake your hand. Yeah. Cheers. Right. Turn it on. Claire, sit your bum down there. Sit down there. She's making you sit by the microphone, look. Oh, good alternative move. Right, guys, I just want to bring.
Dressed for the occasion.
Let me just take a picture. Right, Claire, sticking to the microphone.
Hello. Shake that out.
There might be a bit of background noise, so let's. Right. Okay, guys. So this is a 360 camera, so it's filming you, it's filming me. Okay. I don't know how well it's going to hear me, so it might just be you. Thank you so much for sitting down and being bullied into this. I appreciate it.
Literally bullied into it.
You haven't whispered up until now, Claire. So don't start whispering now.
I haven't got a quiet voice. I'm always told that I've got quite a loud voice. So.
No, you keep playing that on because it's good for the recording.
Okay.
Guys, thank you for being videoed. I'm normally asking people what autism means to you, but actually I'm quite impressed with what you guys are doing here. I know it's dual purpose, but please, can you just tell us what you do and why you're here?
So I'm an EHCP coordinator for a local authority. We've come in our own time today to learn a little bit more about autism and have an understanding of what's out there for young people within our local area, but also nationwide, because sometimes our young people aren't just with us, they're around the whole country. So it's good to know what's around and what we can tap into.
The reason I wanted to capture that is that we seldom see local authorities come to the Autism Show, and we're always delighted when we get to talk to people about it. And I just want to say, on behalf of us and autistic people and everyone else, thank you very much, because it makes a difference to young people. Tell me, what so far is your highlight of being here?
Well, we've been in the sensory pod, which was great. Yeah, we've had a little lay down in there, that was nice. We've got some HelloFresh discounts as well, which we didn't know about, and free food coming. And to be honest, we've only probably been to about 3 stalls, and you're the fourth stall. So meeting you and understanding that there's other schools around, smaller independent schools, which is good. And you're not too far from us as well, which is nice. And knowing that you're on the same page as we are as a local authority about supporting young people and getting them to sit their GCSEs, progress and be independent in life.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just wishing we were closer to your local authority, because I think we'd mop up in terms of relationship with you and getting the right people for us, which then is of course the right people for you. What I like though, guys, so you can probably see me now, is that Claire got Claire to sit down just as a safety blanket.
We all need a safety blanket.
We all need a safety blanket. Unless there's anything else you want to say, I'm not going to press you anymore. But is there anything else you want to share?
No, just thank you very much and keep up the good work, working with our young people. It's all right, no worries.
Thank
We're
you.
off. Thank you.
Isaac, look, thank you very much for sitting down for me. I know I'm taking you unawares.
Yeah.
So first of all, Isaac, why are you at the Autism Show today?
Yeah, thank you very much. Autism Shows, I'm here to know about how to support more, how to know to support an individuals and to give them life worth living, to make life better for them and for myself also. It's a great idea for me.
So who do you work for?
No, I work from home care. Home from care.
Okay, so if people wanted to find out about from home care, where would they find more information? Is it homefromhomecare.com?
Yeah, so from that.com. Yeah, .com. Yeah, limited. Yeah.
So, and have you found anything really quite interesting yet, or have you just got here?
Yeah, I'm just here now. I'm trying to look around to see if it's something I can find something interesting. But I come to your locations and they're trying to show me something, the new good thing about yourself. So I'm still looking around, so I believe I'll find more.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to let you go now because I've caught you unawares. Hopefully you can get your colleagues to come back later. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're far too cool.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers, man. Thank you very much.
Too hard as well. You should be more natural.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, I don't know why I moved it. It's a 360 camera, but it's no different to what I just did. So Penny, this is a bit of an odd interview because I already know you.
Yeah.
Okay, so please, for everybody else's benefit, tell them who you are and who you work for.
Okay. So I'm Penny Perry and I'm the admissions manager at Derwen College, which is an independent specialist provision in Shropshire.
Okay, and if people wanted to find out more about you, where would they find that information?
You would find that on our website, www.derwen.ac.uk. A really, really nice 360 virtual tour to give you an idea of how special our provision is.
Okay. So how special? A weird question. How special is your college in terms of student type? So if someone was looking for your college, what sort of level of academic ability would they have?
Okay, so level of academic ability, we take from PMLD right up to level 1, and a very, very diverse range of disabilities. We don't have a typical student. We've been trying to do a video to show that we don't have a typical student. How do you say there is no typical student? Because we will take any student who wants to come and who is able to access learning with us.
Oh, that's fantastic. So that's your worky bit, Pen. That's your worky stuff. So what about you personally? What do you get from doing the job you do and doing the things that we do here?
I do this because it comes from, it's instinctive. So the reason I do what I do is because my daughter went through a mainstream provision as a child and young person with a physical disability and a late diagnosis of autism. And whilst school she managed, she didn't manage it brilliantly. She didn't have the luxury, I looked at it as being able to access something specialist. And had I known then what I know now, I would have fought and fought and fought. So everything I do now, I do so that other people don't have to go through what Rowie and I had to go through to get where she is today. She's in a great place. She's in supported living now. But her journey was tough. And I think everybody should have a smooth journey as possible. So that's why I do what I do. I do it for the love.
Do you know what? Doing it for the love is that's the reason to do it.
Yeah.
So you're almost getting teary.
I am.
Which is lovely. I won't question you anymore because I'm sure you don't want to be crying on camera. Thank you so much, Pen. Love you dearly, always.
Love you too. Take
Thanks.
care. Where do you want me?
If you just sit your bum down, if that's all right on that stool. Right then. And if you just twill around so you're comfy, let me just check this. Jess, you might just need to shout that way if you do say anything. Okay, so this is recording. It's a 360 camera, so it can pretty much see everything that's going on. Mic's on. So, first of all, I've got to introduce you. This is my stepdaughter, Jess. Say hello, Jess. Hello. Okay, and this is Kelly.
Kelly.
Right, okay, so this is my first, just bumped into Kelly, and these guys started talking. Kelly, I was going to ask you, okay, about your diagnosis. Tell me, when did you finally receive your diagnosis?
So I was diagnosed about 2 months ago. So I tried to get a diagnosis as a child. I was told that I had traits, but I wasn't told that I had enough traits or evidence to get a diagnosis. But now I have got it.
Okay, and so I asked you what. And I'd love the same reply. When you found out,
Yeah.
what did you say?
I said to the lady that I told you so, because the whole process, I was very open and honest, and I told her, and I was very opinionated, probably not in a good way, that I strongly believed that I was. And when she said, you are, that she didn't have to go to a panel or anything. She told me straight away. There was no, going back to anyone and discussing it. She just said, you're autistic, and I just said, I told you so. So.
Okay, so Jess, you got your diagnosis. How old were you? You got your diagnosis.
9.
So you were 9. Yeah. So there's quite a difference. There's quite a difference there. I got Jess to sit down with you because you two just suddenly started going at it between you, chatting. And I ask you, both you, as autistic young people, do you find it easier to talk to other people who might have a diagnosis because there's a natural infinity, or is this just a make-believe thing us neurotypical people might want to think happens?
Go first?
Well, I probably feel more comfortable talking to someone about it who also has that experience, because they kind of have that experience as well, and they have that understanding, rather than I feel like I'm just talking and they're kind of just, I don't know, but...
What about you, Kelly? Sorry.
It's all right, don't worry. So I don't know many people that are autistic my age.
Yeah.
So I don't really, how can I put it? There's not an instinct there, but if I feel comfortable with someone, I just talk to them. So it's easy for me. But sometimes if I don't feel comfortable towards them, or if I don't get that instant connection, a connection is important. If I don't get that connection with someone, then I'll just go into shutdown mode, really, in autistic mode, and I'll just be like, I don't want to talk to you, just like leave me alone. But if I have that connection with someone, it can be quite easy for me to talk to them.
I've got to say right now, that's one of the things I'm really quite envious of. I almost wish that, I almost feel like it's so necessary for me to continue to be engaging and nice. I'm slightly jealous that I can't do the detachment thing. It's a skill that I'd like to learn. I'm just, a little bit jealous of that trait. Hardly any of the others, but I'm definitely a little bit jealous of that one.
The detachment's easy, but then, I don't know about you, Jess, but when you think about it after, then there's kind of like, should I have done that differently? Should I have spoken to that person? Yeah. So there can be a negative side of it. I don't know if you think the same.
I feel like if I start talking to someone and I don't have any interest and I don't want to keep talking to them, but then afterwards I'll overthink it and I'll be like, well, now I feel rude and I feel like I shouldn't have.
That's just stopped recording. That was awesome. If you want to give a shout out for where you work and what you do.
Okay, all right. So I work.
I can flash the college.
Oh, thank you. So I work at Shooters Hill Sixth Form College, which is in Woolwich, and I'm a learning support assistant there.
Kelly, I want to tell you, you're an amazing learning support assistant. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, Jess.
Yes, well done.
You guys are a good team.
All right. Thank you very much.
Right, okay, let's just a little check to make sure this is working. Have no idea how that's been in terms of the recording style. We've just interviewed Kelly along with Jess. She was awesome. So from Shooters Hill College, she's a learning support assistant. Yeah, just wanted to thank her. The stuff that she was talking about off camera was awesome. If you have a young person who's working at who's going to Shooters Hill College and they have special educational needs, work with Kelly. She's a star. Anyway, that's me signing off for the moment. We'll get some more people on next. Look, thank you very much for allowing me to interview you. Thanks for coming to the Autism Show. What I'm doing today is, originally I was going to be asking people on what does autism mean to you, but that's a crazy big question to be asking. So actually, I'm really interested in what you would like to do for the autism community and how you think you can make a difference. Away you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's the widest possible question that you could possibly ask me. I think what I'm trying to do, is to start a very different national discussion about autism. Because I'm hearing the same kind of thing from the same kind of organisations, and I think we've got to widen this a little bit. I think what's missing in this conversation is the neurodiverse voice of autism. And I think that the autistic community desperately wants to get a message out there, but I don't think they are actually a community. Because autistic people don't tend to talk amongst themselves very well, and they don't tend to talk out externally very well. And therefore, they're quite unique as a community, and we've got to get in the undergrowth, if you like, to work out really what's going on.
Okay, so there's this veneer that people think that autism is that they're seeing, but actually if you break through that, actually there's a very different level of need for that group. So we're saying?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. There's a lot of people say that autistic people don't have empathy.
Yep.
But people who know autistic people know that there is an empathy. So what is going on there? I think there's a slightly different definition of empathy within the two communities that has to be explored. But I would also make another challenge. If neurotypicals, normative thinkers, think that autistic people lack empathy, the question which is not being asked is, how empathetic are you to autistic
people? That is a question that I would love to answer, but I'm not going to do it now because you and I would talk about this for hours, and possibly we will do in the future. That would be a great thing to do. So, Gabriel, as you move forward, you're just starting this off, you say. where are people going to be able to find you in the future if they want to get hold of you and want to know more?
Well, I'm taking baby steps really because I'm very new to the podcast community. I've listened to a few podcasts and it's quite interesting to me that they all kind of follow a similar pattern. They sound a bit like a radio broadcast but not quite. So I'm going to listen a little bit to others and see what's going on out there. But I think that you're going to hear a very different kind of communication. It's almost as if you're eavesdropping on a very natural conversation with autistic individuals. And I think that's a very privileged place for a lot of people, particularly parents of. I think sometimes parents of get their children very, very easily, but sometimes they don't. And I think the reason for that is that parents can be very too close to an autistic child, and therefore they lose what's really being said. If they can listen to other autistic people, that might give them the code to be able to communicate much better themselves.
Okay, well, we don't have tons of time, but I'm definitely going to get in your details because I want to talk to you more about this. I think it would be a really good discussion, and I'd like to help you with your podcast moving forwards. Is there any parting words you'd like to say before we sign off, though?
I represent an organisation called Aspirations, that's ASPIE rations.org, which is an autism support agency, which I think is now in a very exciting space. We're trying to find autistic solutions for autistic problems. And I think that a lot of autistic support agencies are behaving a bit too neurotypical. And I think we were guilty of that ourselves. So I think that we're trying to do something different, something very exciting, and that's all happening very, very soon.
That's fantastic. Gabriel, thanks again. I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Good man, thank you very much indeed. Right, so we are just back. We are just, do you know, I think I'm recording this at the echoiest part of my house. Hey ho, you'll just have to suffer. Yes, we're just back. That was our last recording, unfortunately. We spoke to some fantastic people over the last couple of days at Autism London. It would have been great if we could have caught them all on camera. Unfortunately, lots of people don't like facing it. Hopefully we'll get some more videos like this done, a bit more informative stuff. If you like it, please leave a comment and hit the like button so that we know that this is the sort of thing that you'd like to see on this channel, as well as all the motoring stuff. Yeah, thanks very much for watching.